Good morning. Good morning. This is Intrepid reporter reporting for Planet Sweeney for the magazine Cosmoproton on the subject of suggestion. Suggestion. Just playing a bit of music at minutes. I'll just turn it down. Now, I've just come back from pool. And actually it was very funny this morning because there was a lady in there with her child, and she was actually terrifying it. She was saying to her little kid, now, have you been to the toilet? Don't be going into the pool, because if you do, the water will turn green. Water will turn green, see? And these doors open up underneath and these crocodiles come out and have your legs. Now, to my mind, that's going to scar that child for life, isn't it? But it did the job, you see. The power of suggestion. Which is what I'm talking about today, as my superior, Miss Terry, asked me. Now, I've been looking around and scouting around and sort of getting people's opinions on this, and it's a very, very powerful thing. I mean, you only have to put your television on and there's every sort of suggestion flying at you. Buy this, buy that, do this, do that. You know what I mean? You know, they have these flashing images apparently in between adverts that make you buy things. Yeah. Do you know what? I mean, this is why I realise now that I went out the other day for a loaf of bread and I came back with a flipping axe grinder. You know what I mean? It's no fun, you see. I don't have these kind of funds. I'm on a very low budget here, you know. But correct me if I'm wrong when I say, how many times have you, in the privacy of your own home, been sat in front of the telly and you've had all adverts on and you've said to your spouse, you know, you've said, we must remember to go and get that 5-seater sofa for a bungalow on way back from getting trampoline tomorrow. You know what I mean? It happens, doesn't it? The power of suggestion. The power of suggestion. In fact, I was reading about this professor who did this study, right? He did this study with some students, and he asked them a question. Now, this is not a lie, this is a reported fact. He asked them a question and one student answered it wrongly. He answered it incorrectly. Now, another student was asked the same question and he answered it incorrectly also, because, as that little experiment illustrated, people are like sheep. We're like sheep, see? And what one does, the other one does, whether it's right or wrong, they're inclined to fall in with it, you see. You know, fall in with it. No. And another case in point here, smoking, right? Any bad habits. Now, they often say the power of suggestion here helps no end. Well, let me point out that before you do this, be very careful with what you suggest to yourself, because it's a known fact that when you say to yourself, I'm going to give up smoking, right? The only word that the brain actually remembers is smoking, So that's why you're going through packs of 60, when you're trying to give up. No, because the brain tags on to that one word, right? The one word that means the most, which is smoking. So they say, just do the opposite. Suggest something much more healthy and pleasing to yourself. But be careful, because you don't want to be saying too much. Instead of smoking, I'm going to take a nice bracing walk along a cliff edge. See what I'm getting at? And just have a cup of tea, yeah? No, you don't want to be taking a bracing walk, you know, along a cliff edge. And I've noticed these occupations as well, you know, They're luring people into occupations which they might not have gone for, right? Might not have gone for, I think, you know, carried on with someone else. And there's one particular advert that comes on to kind of lure young men and women into army. Now, it's not a bad thing. I'm not getting controversial here, no. But my point is, the advert goes along the lines of the army. Stop, drive, fly, help, stop, save, lift, protect. Now, correct me if I'm wrong here, but there's one word there that they're missing out. In fact, the most controversial word, you know, the most controversial word they're missing out there, right? You with K, aren't they? Have you noticed? No mention of that, eh? No mention, but I know for a fact, I have my sources, that they do like to knit, see? Now they won't admit to that, these soldiers, you know, and these lasses, you know, the big burly, strong, brave people will not admit to doing a little bit of the old, you know, purling outside, you know. But anyway, that's beside the point. These adverts are luring people, our young people, into professions that they might not necessarily have gone in for, right? And it's like with medicines as well, right? Placebos, eh? Now they're fantastic things, they are. They're fantastic things. And I've even heard that people have been cured. They've been cured from diseases by having these little coloured placebos. Eh? Amazing. I'll have to get some of them for myself. Yeah. So that's my little report on the power of suggestion, and it is very, 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 very strong. And the next report I'll be doing, well, I'll just stop up here, you know, because I've got to keep the suggestion, and I'm a high-powered, intrepid reporter. No, but my next report is going to be on cosmetic surgery. And now we're actually striving to be fabulous and turning out Frankensteins. You see, this is it. So this is me, intrepid reporter, reporting for Planet Sweeney for magazine Cosmoproton on suggestion. And if you're wondering why I've got music playing on a loop all the time, I'm going to put this to you. Whenever you hear Michael Jackson's Bad now, you'll think of intrepid reporter. See? See what I've done there? I've suggested that to you, and you'll not get it out of your head like a, you know, like a bad smell. Anyway, peace to you all. Take care of yourselves, and I suggest this to you. Love each other. Ta-ta.